everybody. Welcome to Talk Culture. I am Kitty Cadet, joined always by the fantabulous Miss Sweet D, Danica Janelle. Girl, we've been on a little hiatus. We are back after 2 weeks.
Hooray! It's so nice to finally be back doing this because it is really weird to not do this every week. Just very, very strange. And I'm so excited we're back with this. And what a way to come back after that kind of vacation. Like, this is the perfect way to come back.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, gosh, when we found out that we were getting this guest, Danica and I were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he's finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so thrilled to announce the legendary Mark Farner.
Hey.
How you doing, Mark?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Girls
Guys.
sound good up there.
Oh, go on.
So, Mark, we kind of wanted to start by saying, we promote our upcoming guests on the show. And when we were promoting that you were coming on, all of our guests were like, you have Mark Farner? We're like, yeah, we got Mark Farner.
Yeah, we do.
We have him. So we feel like, your music transcends generations. And obviously you have a huge fan base. But is there somebody that stands out to you maybe as an interesting person to say that they've been a fan of yours?
Yes. Peter Lorre.
Peter Lorre? Really? Oh, all right.
I didn't have any idea. And we played over in Hawaii at HEI Auditorium in Honolulu. And we got this note from Peter Lorre saying, you want to go on a sailing trip tomorrow on an 82-foot sloop? And we said, oh my God, is this for real? And for free?
Cha-ching! Yes, what a perk.
All of that stuff. So, yeah, that was unusual to us. But great. It was fantastic.
Amazing. Wow. Oh, I love that so much.
That is surprising. Even for me, I was like, what? The Peter Lorre? We're talking about the same guy, right? Okay. Wow. All right. So you were voted into the Michigan Rock and Roll Legends Hall of Fame in 2015. So what was it like being part of the Michigan music scene alongside so many other incredible artists, and especially coming up in an era where there were so many artists coming out of the Michigan music scene?
Well, it was great that we were all getting some recognition. We all had something to say. And early on, MC5, they were cutting edge. When they came on the stage, every head within a half mile went, who is that? What is that? And I just happened to get to play with Wayne Kramer on Alice Cooper's session, the Detroit Stories. Well, we did Breadcrumbs together, and Wayne Kramer from MC5 and Johnny Bedanjic from Mitch Ryder's Detroit Wheels well jammed with Cooper and the amazing producer Bob Ezrin, and
legend.
And we got a bass player, a local guy out of Detroit that was killing it. Oh my God, he was killing it. And when it came to the background vocals, oh my, it was like, how does that really high voice? Here I am down here at like 5'7". I'm looking up there at 6'4", and I'm how does that really high voice come out of this huge guy? It just does, and it's beautiful. And Paul Randolph is now in Mark Farner's America. Yeah. Detroit,
it's so good.
And we rock hard. We rock with love. It's a funk, but it's a loving funk.
And might I say, that is one handsome man.
Well, since you mentioned Alice Cooper, he's another one of our favorite artists, and I actually just got my copy of Detroit Stories. Really cool. I love the concept of having all these local artists. So how did that actually come about? How did the whole thing with you getting to work with Alice on this album come to be?
Well, I got a call from my manager, Avi Steinman, and he said, hey, Alice is putting together an album, and he's going to, give kudos to Detroit. He's going to, lift it up and he's going to do some early Detroit punk, some Susie Quattro, some Seeger's East Side Story, and every word that he was saying, I said, dude, sign me up. Sign me up. Because, man, just being around people that want to do that and give the glory where it belongs. It's our area, but everybody that moved up here from the southern states to get jobs in the auto factories brought their instruments. And there in Michigan, we didn't have that prejudice stuff like, black bathrooms and white bathrooms and all that. That was not even, nobody thought of that. They, both shop workers, street people, it doesn't matter. We were making music. My family my mother came from Leechville, Arkansas when she was 16 years old, and everybody brought their instruments. My grandpa Cotton brought his violin and the banjo, and Uncle Woody brought the guitar, and my dad played saxophone. And when the women would start singing, oh man, that was good stuff. But that's, this is what fed our area. In Michigan, we had families that every Sunday, I guarantee you, and if they were Southern families, they like us, we had Southern fried chicken with them hockey puck dumplings. Ooh. Or Joe's, guaranteed. And
Dang.
we ate and sang and talked, and this Michigan music, it came pouring out of love, because we didn't have any hate for each other. We had love for each other, and had from Motown, the respect for all of these artists. My God, it finally people were listening to some black artists with some respect and going, wow, these guys can lay it down. And I'm proud to be part of that whole scene, because it's still here. The auto factories, they got up and they got a leg, but the families are still here, and the love's still here, the music's still here, and the inspiration.
Amazing.
That is so touching.
Yeah, it is.
I adore that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fabulous. Well, my next question. That's hard to follow. So, we've been seeing your new video that just released this month, your work on Kip Winger's Better Days Coming video.
Yeah.
So what's it been like creating during the pandemic? Because this has been kind of a crazy time for everybody, but you're doing this video, and here you go. There it is. So what was it like creating this?
This particular video that we're looking at was taken from the DVD, Mark Farner's American Band from Chile with Love. This is one of the songs, Rock and Roll Soul, which came off the Phoenix album when Grand Funk and Terry Knight, our first management, split, and this was our first album, and Rock and Roll Soul was the single. But this, you see that Camaro? That's a nice Camaro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
You see all the American flag, and you got the Sears and Roebuck tools with the stars and stripes on it. We got Craftsman stuff right there. It's so Americana, and this was shot in Chile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Huh.
That is a fact.
Wow.
But the doing these kind of things, I'd never gotten into videos before. I was just in an era where the songs spoke a different definition to everyone that heard it, because there was no video. I was talking to one of the jocks, WNEW in New York City, and he told me they took a poll. Well, they asked 100 different people to define what the song by Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. What was the definition to that song? They got 100 diversely different definitions. No two were even similar, not close, nothing. So there was no video to that song. But our imagination that we are born with, God gave us this perfect imagination. It got stifled with all these damn videos. I'm telling you, closer to home, is the same way. It means whatever it means to the individual. And that movie, you can't beat that movie. It's like somebody that reads a book and then they go to see the show and they go, "Ah, man, that movie sucked." Right? Because our imagination is so much better and so much more creative than what others limit it to. So that's my little 2 cents on the video revolution. I like this video because it doesn't say anything except Americana, have a good time. That's my grandkid. Let's go for a ride.
There we go.
There you go.
And now after this, I'm gonna have to think about bridge over troubled water.
Now I'm gonna come up with my own idea of what that means. Oy.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting to think about. So another thing that we wanted to ask you about was you taught a rock and roll fantasy camp masterclass. And so I want to know, what is your favorite thing about getting to connect with people virtually during these, different times that we're living in?
My favorite thing is that, I'm teaching, and some of these 350 people in the rock and roll fantasy class, some of them are getting it. Some of them will take the tools and they will apply them to what they have, and they will expand, and it'll be great. Because when I go there, even on virtual, it's all about the music that brings us to the point of experiencing love. Because there's not enough love, and we were taken away from our love the first time we were put into debt consciousness. And before that, we were a little child with the whole world in front of us, and we were just waiting for it to blossom. And then somebody said, "You got to do this, and if you don't, you're going to get your ass whipped." I mean, it's like, what? We became debt conscious, and that nipped that closeness to who we really are in the spirit of love, how we got here. We weren't born with an M16 in our hands or a knife in our we're pretty loving creatures if you take all that video influence out of it. Mm-hmm. Just saying. Because everything's a war on TV, on Hollywood, on all the video games. It's a war. How can you successfully desensitize a whole bunch of people to the point where they just don't care about that? It's just taken, man, that was wrong. And that's that whole video thing. And that's part of that that I am just upset about. Just because I see it, I see it and I can get it. I get it. But not many do. Really. We're so eat up with that debt consciousness, and debt is accumulative, and every little bit of debt. And I'm not talking about money debt.
Right.
That's only a part of it. But what if you don't fulfill the expectations of other people who, and if it's somebody in your family and they start calling the brothers and sisters, and everybody's like teams up against you, it's debt. And it's the worst 4-letter word. It's worse than the FUU, I'm telling you, because if you succumb to it, you're going to be eaten by it. It's a beast. It is a weapon. It's formed against us to put us in this mental dogma. We just, oh man, we got to go to work. We're going to give up. I can't get over this stuff. It's like you cop an attitude, but we are not supposed to be that way. Oh, no man anything except to love them. If we could, and we can do that ourselves. We set ourselves free. It's just people emancipating themselves. And that's what, down in Jamaica, they play the reggae music because Bob Marley was talking and singing the truth about what love is. One love, one God, one world, one, and I have had the experience of leaving this bone suit that you're looking at here when I died, having my pacemaker put in. And on the other side, we all go. And as soon as you leave the bone suit, you're like, oh my God, I'm home. I'm back. Holy shit, I'm back. You know? And that experience stayed with me. A lot of it didn't. I mean, the other side of that is some different thought process other than what we can even muster in the human form. But in the spirit within us, if we shed the debt and set ourselves free, the love will overcome every obstacle that the debt put in our way, and it'll be replaced with this confident and knowing that you're going to leave the bone suit someday, just like everybody does, but you're going to leave it knowing that this love that you're accumulating, you might not even notice leaving the damn thing. You just walk right on into love, you know. Seriously. That's it's a avenue that not many people talk about, except for Native Americans and people who are spiritual and are digging a little deeper than, you know, going to a church and following all that 501c3 tax exempt stuff. Mm-hmm. If you ever read that, all the churches that are 501c3, they give men control over their ministry. It ain't about God no more. It's about saving the buck. Oh, we can offer a tax-free donation. Oh, that's but get that out of there, because that ain't God. You know, love is God. God is love, and that's in all of us. And no matter what color your skin is, your blood is red, baby.
Mark, have you ever considered being a motivational speaker? Because I am moved.
That was glorious. I mean, that was.
I want to move and talk a little more about, because you mentioned Native Americans and especially love. So I want to move into this a little. Yep. So I want to mention the fact that your mother was, you know, very influential, not only because of her culture being Cherokee, being Native American, but also I want to mention something that I discovered through your website of how incredibly badass she was, of being the first woman welder on World War II tanks. First of all, hallelujah to women welders. I happen to be one of the only women I know who knows how to weld. I know how to weld. I know how to MIG weld. Boom.
Not me.
So I just want to say that's so cool.
Awesome.
But I just want to also then mention that you know, being a huge proponent and champion of Indigenous peoples, how has Cherokee culture influenced your music? And going further than that, is there an aspect of Indigenous culture that you wish more people knew?
Yeah, there's
so many things.
Right.
Well, the aspect of how to put it in the music or how to express it in the music, the Loneliest Rider. I wrote for, you know, I mean, it was years and years ago. None of the stories in the school book said the truth is gone and they're trying to forget. History book stories are all one-sided. The truth is gone and they're trying to hide it. Who had the land till we came around? The Indian made his life from the ground. And what about the boy that the story's around? Where his teepee once stood, there now is a town. But what he didn't know is that someday, you know, it's about
I'm already about to cry. It's fine. It's fine.
Breath.
Oh.
Okay.
Fine.
Sorry, Mark, we got a little emotional on here.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Wow. Danica, was there you okay?
Ooh, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Well,
you see my little can? You ever heard of Cream magazine?
We actually have Robert Duncan on next Tuesday.
Next week.
Yeah. This came from Lester Bangs. They were going to do an article on me, and Lester called me. He says, I want to come up to your house and do an article. And not on the phone. I want to come to your place up north. So they drove 4 hours to get to my place. And he said, can I bring you anything? I said, bring me one of them Boy Howdy cans.
And there you go.
And Lester, the first thing that came out of his bag was that can. I'm kind of proud of that. Where is it? Right there.
There you go.
Look how cute he is too.
I know.
And it's a genuine back in the day pull tab, whatever they are.
Nice.
A beer can.
Are you a collector, Mark? Like, is there anything that you do like to collect?
Not really. I'm kind of really into Americana antique stuff. Unusual things like that. But as far as any certain thing, I used to collect netsuke, which is Japanese art form carved in ivory. And it is a little token that they put around the sake bottle, and they bring it through their sash, and it's part of, what keeps them together, and they can have a little nip.
There you go. Oh, wow.
Netsuke, I like that.
Netsuke. All right. We're learning a lot here. I love this.
Yeah.
So, Mark, another question that we wanted to ask is obviously, like, growing up, the Beatles are just such a huge part of, everyone's existence.
Yes.
And here you go, getting to play with Ringo and his all-star band. I mean, was that like how about that? What a life-changing moment. What was that like for you growing up, idolizing, loving the Beatles, and then getting like, here you go, Ringo Starr.
Yes. Well, when Abby called me for that, I just couldn't believe that they were picking me. But then I go back with David Fishoff in Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, and because he had done several tours with Ringo and was a promoter for him, and he was a good friend of mine, I'm thinking, man, it must be my day. I'm going. The next day after I got off the phone with management, the following day I got a phone call from Ringo, and he was in Monaco. And we talked for about a half an hour, just chit-chatting. And he seemed like a great guy. And after I met him and got to hang with him, I understood why he put that thing up on YouTube for people not to ask him for signatures. And, that whole thing, he really went off on a rant there. Mm-hmm. But if you Ringo and you want to go out for a walk and you put a ball cap and sunglasses on, you look like Ringo with a ball cap and sunglasses.
You're still Ringo. Yeah.
He can't disguise himself. He is that guy. But he's a very gentle, sensitive person, and I love him. He's really put up with a lot.
Yeah. Wow, what a career. And, of course, the Beatles played Shea Stadium, but so did you. What was your experience like at Shea Stadium? Oh, my goodness. Like, from what I read, you sold out Shea Stadium, like, faster than any other artist?
That's right, 71 hours.
Ah!
And it was before Ticketron or any kind of electronic ticket sales. They camped out on the lawn of the stadium at Shea Stadium. We saw pictures from New York. Fans sent them to us of all these tents pitched, and people are in their sleeping bag, just sleeping out, waiting for that box office to open. And so 55,000 tickets were sold at the box office. That's the only place you could get them. And 71 hours. So they all came there and got their tickets, and
that is dedication.
That is dedication. You know what? I would do that still to this day.
Oh, yeah. It's too easy to do it online. It's way too easy. Make people go and stand at the stadium. I'm all for that.
Me and you, Danica. The next time Mark plays, we're going to grab a tent. We're going to be the first person in line.
I can camp.
And you can weld, so I think we're good.
I'll weld our tent together.
So a couple more things before we go into our game. We want to talk about your new DVD that actually releases in only a couple days. I can't believe March is over, so we're already getting into April. From Chili with Love. Once again, so it starts shipping in just a few days. But one of the things I think is really cool is all of your pre-sale copies are actually autographed. Yeah. So I love that touch of personalization. But what can you tell us about, and look how many, 16 performances, 5 bonus tracks. I was going through it earlier. I was like, okay, like you're really doing the thing, Mark. What can you tell us about this whole event and filming this and the DVD?
Well, the video that you had up playing earlier, the Rock and Roll Soul video, is one of the 2 bonus videos on the DVD, but it's available for a free download at markfarner.com. If you'd like to get a free download, just go on over there and help yourself. And the 5 bonus tracks, one of them, Never and Always, is the other bonus video, and that was put together by Carlos Toro, who is the head at Abysmo Films in Santiago, and he heard my song and put this video together just on a whim. I mean, just like, and then he played it for me, and I'm crying because it said so much to me, and it's like, this guy is getting it. This guy really is getting it. So, that he asked me to come and do this thing in the hotel where I did. I laid in the bed and was playing my guitar like I was and part of that video. But so many people that have heard that video say it's really in time for today's world. We need some of this, the love, and there's restoration in the video. There's a picture being painted, but there's a happy ending. I love the happy endings.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Wow, fabulous. Awesome. So this is a couple of days away. So if you guys want to purchase yours, I believe, what is it? markfarner.com. Check it out there. You can purchase your copy. And Danica, do you want to mention the other?
Yeah. So the other thing we wanted to make sure that we touched on is the fact that you and your wife have started that GoFundMe page for, it is, if I'm remembering correctly, the Mark Farner's Mid-Michigan Flood Relief page. Yes. There it is. Yes. So just want to make sure that people are aware of this. So feel free to give us some more information about that.
Well, thank you, Danica. I my wife Lisa and I saw the devastation, but and it's only on the news for like one night, and then it's gone. But I guarantee you, all the videos that I got sent from people that live down there and around Sanford Lake and around the Midland area that had lost everything. When a flood comes through, it is merciless, and it just takes everything out. So we have the Red Cross, Michigan Red Cross there with hands on, and we thought, let's make a drive and let's raise them some money, because they are there and they're taking care of it. But these people have lost everything. Some friends of mine had places on this lake that they're just gone. So, yeah, our heart goes out to them, and we appreciate. I just said, if anybody can afford to give just a little bit, a lot of little bits will come together and we'll bless these people. And it's a heck of a time to be asking people for money, but you can't stop a tornado or a hurricane just to catch up. You got to take care of what we got when we got it.
And, I like the way that you put that. It's a lot of little bits. So, if everybody pitches in a little bit, we'll get that much further.
Amen. That's right. Thank you, Danica.
Yeah. And it looks like you guys have already raised such a great deal of money, but obviously,
everything helps. Yeah.
Every little bit helps. So once again, it's Mark Farner's Mid-Michigan Flood Relief. You can find it on GoFundMe. And now we have a game we want to play.
Fun stuff.
Fun. So this is our game of Would You Rather. So Mark, there is no wrong answers here. And if you want to elaborate on why you're picking something, that's fantastic. If not, we're going to move along to the next one. So we're going to bring up our graphic. This is our game of Would You Rather. The first question here, would you rather perform with the first band that you ever saw live or perform with the most recent band you saw live?
First.
Who was it? Who was the first band?
It was a band in Flint. This guy was a B3 player, and that was oh my God, I can't remember his. It's a unusual name. It's somebody in the Lasells. Anyways,
okay,
and they were rocking this place, and I couldn't get in because I wasn't old enough.
Oh no!
16, but I was old enough to listen and to hear the audience just really, and I feed on audience, and these guys were involved with their audience, and so I would jam with them in that same club. With those same people, if I had the opportunity.
Sounds amazing.
Awesome.
Sounds amazing.
What a cool story, too.
Yeah. All right. Our next one. Would you rather collaborate with Bootsy Collins or collaborate with Prince?
Prince.
Yeah.
Prince actually confessed to being influenced by Grand Funk.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. God, what a legend.
What?
And talk about a musical genius.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He had it coming out of his fingernails.
Literally. He must have. But all right. Here's the next one. Would you rather perform the national anthem at a Tigers game or perform a halftime show at a Lions game? We figured these are close enough, to Flint, Detroit-ish, Michigan.
I do it with the Tigers.
Okay. All right. Are you a sports fan? Are there any teams that you follow?
I follow the Tigers and the Lions.
Oh, good. There you go. There we go.
Teams.
Nailed it.
I'm into my home state.
There we go. Okay.
James.
Fabulous.
Solid.
Danica.
All right. Our next one. Would you rather play a set after eating habanero peppers or play a set after drinking a gallon of water, which I think would kill you technically, but maybe if it's just enough to make it uncomfortable and you can't use the bathroom.
I'm thinking, I don't know if I can get a gallon of water down, but I get a hell of a try. The habaneros, ooh, them are hotter than the sheriff's pistol.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable. And I feel like you'd be playing and it would just keep reminding
You're just snotting the whole time. Like,
I mean, it would be one heck of a show.
Hot show.
All right, here's the next one. Yes. Would you rather, listen to Baba O'Reilly for 24 hours straight, so that's the only song, or listen to Freebird for 24 hours straight?
I never heard Baba O'Reilly, or if I did, I don't know.
It's Teenage Wasteland from The Hill.
It is?
Out here in the field. Yep.
Yeah. That.
That's the official name of the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baba O'Reilly it is. All right. I mean, because,
I mean, that's a good, solid choice.
It's a good choice, yeah. All right. Danica, next one.
All right. Would you rather only be able to speak in lyrics or always have to sing when talking?
Speak in lyrics or always have to sing when talking? Well, I don't know just how I would react to that. I don't really know how to get back to that. I just want to say with a straight face to you, I don't know, baby. How about you?
Oh my.
So good.
All right.
Okay.
Question answered. Check
right,
mark.
I know. Right. All right. Let's go to the next question. All right. Here we go.
Yeah,
Would you rather, play the first rock concert on the moon or play the first rock concert under the sea?
I'm thinking I don't want to go anywhere near the mothership, so let's go underwater.
Let's go. Okay. All right. I feel like we're going to have to figure out how to not get the equipment to be destroyed by the time we get down there, but it's possible. Take a submarine, right? Okay, we'll have to figure out.
I mean, I'm just really impressed with this tuba or sousaphone or whatever is going on here. I don't know how you're meant to play that underwater. That's just impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. We should talk to those guys.
Guitar, though.
All right. Next one. Last one.
Ooh, last one. Would you rather play at the Red Rocks or have the Mark Farner American Band cruise?
I think I'd go for Red Rocks because I have had a couple of cruises where things didn't go just right.
Okay.
The keyboard player and I got food poisoning on one.
Oh, God.
The show that we were supposed to have played on the main deck at 8:00 was postponed because of bad weather. And then they finally moved it indoors at 2:30 a.m.
A slight rain delay. Yeah.
And by that time, that food, that escargot really worked on the keyboard player and I.
Got it.
And I don't think we even did 5 songs, and the audience is going, Mark, get off the stage, man. Go to your room, you poor soul. Because I was having to stop and run up to the bathroom, and it's like you're pooping through a screen, Like, oh my God. And we got a guard to stand guard. It was a public toilet. There was no backstage toilet. So I'm up there. Yeah. Oh man, it was not good. That splatter right in the porcelain. And I get back to the stage and try to play, and I'm running over and heaving in the garbage thing. And finally the people just said, Mark, man, please go to your room. Go to your room. So,
why would you put yourself through that? That's awful.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that. Some of that people, they say they got flu. There's more food poisoning than flu on one of the cruises. Just my opinion.
Gotcha. Hey, remember that time you played Shea Stadium? That was cool. Well, on that note, we've unfortunately come to the end of our time. Is there anything that you want to leave us with here today? Any final thoughts, Mark?
Yes. I would like to leave everybody with what I touched on earlier about debt consciousness. It is a very serious, serious thing. You can relieve yourself. You're the only one the power to do it, to believe in who you are, who you really are. Don't become the slave of debt. Debt is the worst word in the English language. I mean, as far as cuss words, debt is the worst. Debt consciousness prevents us from speaking truth to somebody because we are beholden to them for something, or, it's not good. It is not good. We are supposed to live our life with a free mind and not become encumbered by this accumulative weight that just keeps adding up the more. And so I pray to the Spirit every day before my feet get out on the floor. I say, Lord, I know they're in there. Show me those anchors. Show me where I'm still hanging on to debt so that I can cut the chain on that son of a bitch.
Wow.
Thank you again.
Beautiful.
That's fabulous.
That thank you for your, thank you. I love the perspective. I really, truly do. Cause I've never heard it like that before.
Yeah. It's a really important way to put it too, because I don't think a lot of people view it in that way. So I think that's a really important way to hear that. So thank you for that. And
what was the other thing? Bone suit. That's the other one I'm taking. I love bone suit with me. I'm taking debt conscious. Thank you. But before we do wrap this up, we have some upcoming guests that we just want to go over. So here they are. So on Thursday, we have some OG members from Blue Oyster Cult. We're so excited. We have Alan Joe. Next Tuesday, we have Robert Duncan from Cream Magazine. Thursday, April 8th, we have Harvard of the South. The following Thursday, Ace Van Johnson from Faster Pussycat and the LA Guns. And then we also have Vinny Dombrowski from Sponge. We have a lot of incredible guests coming up.
Music!
We love talking music. And Mark, you are so wonderful. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I hope you know how much we truly, truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Kid Cadet. I appreciate it. Good being here with you. And you too, Danica. And
thank you so much. Big hearts, big hearts.
And hopefully we can do this again soon. Maybe in person once things start getting back to normal. Whatever normal maybe.
Would love it.
Awesome. Well, everybody, we'll see you all on Thursday. Be safe, everybody. Bye.